Oh, excuse me. What a way to start the stream, huh? uh, we're back with some more Paranormasight, 7 Mysteries of Honjo. So excited for it. Let me just grab my controller. Okay. Awesome, it's working. Let's go. Okay. So, we can't continue here. And I don't think we can continue here. I think we have to keep on going with the MILF. Harue? Yeah, Harue. Alright, so last time, Harue has received multiple reports about other suspected curse bearers. Although concerned about Ayame Tono, who's apparently also after the curse stones, she entrusts Richter to continue his investigation. Alright. Alright. We're in the mansion. Woo. How unlucky is she, though, like, to be living at a site of a curse? Woo! Back here again. I left Richter to continue looking for curse bearers and came home alone. What the fuck are you? Oh my god, I found a turkey. I wonder how many I've missed at this point. The old Shigima mansion, we rebuilt it here after the Great Kanto earthquake. It's always stayed the same all these years. Even the war didn't touch it. Well, that's good. I never liked it growing up. I always wanted to live somewhere more modern. Damn. I can hear the wind rustling in the trees. I don't know about you. I mean, you grew up in a mansion, baby. This is a mansion. I mean, I'm jealous. I grew up in a shitty fucking duplex and had to share a room with 2 other people. Alright, let's go inside. Oh, okay. That was it. Okay, so let's try escaping from Komagara High again. Oh, start after leaving the classroom. I think that's probably where we should start. Alright. But Yakko, what came over you all of a sudden? Sorry. Thanks for stopping me. It's like this uncontrollable rage suddenly welled up inside me. I wonder what's gotten into me. I can barely even remember what happened. I'm really sorry. I do think it's partly the curse's influence on you, but we certainly saw something shocking. My heart's still pounding. I'm a little surprised, he told me from Class A. She tends to stand out a lot. Gotcha. Well, she certainly does dress like a delinquent, though she barely shows up to school. But could Mr. Jonoichi or Hitomi really be a curse bearer? Oh yes, and our creepy face in the background. I don't know, but we should be careful just in case. Yakko. When I give the signal, run. Go straight for the entrance. Don't look back, no matter what. Huh? Why? Did something happen? Something happened, didn't it? What about you, Mio? I'll be fine. We'll meet up outside the school gates. If I'm not there in 10 minutes, go straight home, okay? Okay, go! Right! Don't look back, don't look back. to get outside. Let's see. To get to the gates, I go by the gym and... What are you doing, miss? You shouldn't be here this late. Don't you know what time it is? Oh, Mr. Hashima. Well, if it isn't little Yakko. Anyways, students ain't supposed to be outside playing around at night. I know you're rough around the edges, but I didn't take you for one to act out like this. I'm sorry. I forgot something back in the classroom. No sass today, huh? Realized you were in the wrong, did you? Yes. Forgot something in your classroom, huh? You're a piece of work. But you don't have nothing with you. Oh. Wait, you do? What's that in your hand? Huh? Well, this is what I forgot. I got it from my grandpa. It's really important to me. Girls these days sure have weird taste. Well, okay. Better head straight home if you're done. I won't tell on you. No, wait. I can't let you walk home alone this late. Alright, just wait a little. I'll hurry and lock things up. But... So if we go alone, then, the fucking weirdo attacks us. But if we say we're worried about Mio, I think we also die. So, I don't know, which option to say. I am worried about her. Actually, a friend of mine is still inside. I think they'll be here soon. That's so? Who's your friend? My classmate, Mio Kurosuzu. That transfer student? Breaking school rules already, huh? Didn't take her for the type. No, I was the one who dragged her here. Well, whatever. I'll go take a look. It'll be safer if you go home together. Oh, right. She's in the first floor hallways. Be careful, though. You don't know what might be there. What is that supposed to mean? First floor, yeah? I'll be right back. I'm on the edge of my seat. Oh no, we're still at the entrance. She's late. I've been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. Starting to get worried. Oh, okay, we're gonna take a look. And this is how we die. Yep. Mio, are you there? Yeah. And there she is. She's dead. And we're dead next. Brr. Oh, there we go. There's the skip button. Alright. Let's try again. There's someone who must not be trusted. Okay. Someone who can't be trusted. It's probably Ashimiya. Which we think he's the criminal who killed a bunch of people 20 years ago. Or something. So, yeah. Oh, right. Mr. Jonoichi was actually looking for you inside the main building. What was that? He's here right now? What's he thinking? I don't know. He was in Class 3B on the second floor just a bit ago. Well, I suppose that means I can't be locking up yet. Second floor, you said? I'll go take a peek. Back in a jiff. My house is really close by. I'll be fine on my own, really. That's so? Ah, the snack shop, right? Suppose you'll be fine then. Be careful now, you hear? Stay on the big, well-lit streets. If something happens, shout fire. Okay, you worry too much. Well, we wouldn't want to be losing any more students. Though I imagine you'd know that better than anyone. Yes, you're right. But we're running into the creepazoid if we go over here. Mio's late. I've been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. Huh? Someone coming down the road. That's Mr. Creepazoid. Oh no, it's a teacher. Mr. Araishi. He looks on edge. I wonder what he's doing. That thing in Mr. Araishi's hand. It can't be. Whoa. Could that be a curse stone? This is bad. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I don't think anything can come from him seeing me. Wait. He's the one who discovered the rite of resurrection. It wouldn't be strange at all for him to have something to do with the curses. Then, could the curse echo from before have belonged to him? Shoot, did he notice me? Oh, hello, Yakko. What are you doing here? Oh no, we gave him a funny voice.
Oh, hello, Yakko. What are you doing here?
That was fast.
Did you not hear me? What are you doing here?
I'm waiting for someone.
In the middle of the night? I'm disappointed in you. Bad children who get into trouble at night need to be punished.
That was fucking creepy. I hate this guy. Can we kill him, please? What are you doing here?
It's a special night tonight. Did you know that?
A special night? Oh, because of the Feast of Shadows?
Oh, how?
Oh.
Well, you know a lot. Did you hear it from someone?
No, it's just a rumor that's been going around.
No, there's no such rumor. Ha! Must be that transfer student. She has it, you know. You must as well. Take out what's in your pocket and show it to me.
But, it's... Ah! Stop it!
I knew it. I see you have one.
It's not...
That Netsuke is of great historical importance to the area. But it's dangerous to speak here. Why don't you come with me? This is important.
Ah, that hurts. Stop. You're hurting me, Mr. Oraishi. Stop pulling me. Yell fire. Fire! There's a huge fire!
Stop that. Someone will come. Damn it, get over here.
Where am I? It's completely dark. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Araishi? Yeah. Yep. Yep. See? So, I don't know what to do here. I am stumped. So stumped. Oh, wow, he's in possession of a curse stone. Oh, okay. So we have to steal it from him here. As Tetsuo. Well, in that case, I think I might have a guess as to what you were looking for.
Huh? I'm surprised you know that. There is indeed a theory that the 7 mysteries of Honjo began because of the rite of resurrection. Well, my theory. Unraveling the 7 mysteries may reveal the secret of the rite. I think quite a few people are looking into the mysteries for that reason.
Midoricho Park is connected to the story of the Taiko Tsugaru, right?
That's right, but that isn't the issue in hand.
Boss, let's ask Hideki some questions. Hideki Araishi. He says he's a local historian, but supposedly he knows more about the Rite of Resurrection than anybody. The fact he's here at this time of night is plenty possible he's a curse bearer. You're not gonna think about anything else? Well, in that case, I think I might have a... No, I don't want to see... I don't want to say any of this. Because then, he's gonna run away.
What? Damn it, if you know about that, then...
Calm down. No need to get so defensive. We both want information, right? Why don't we have a nice, friendly chat?
You may say that, but I don't trust you. Perhaps you've already learned about curses. Perhaps you want to take my power away from me.
No, that's not true.
I almost revealed my hand. I'll say nothing else. Sorry, I'll be taking my leave here.
Hey, stop! Alright, he got away. Incomplete. Ah. Let's just skip through all this again.
What? David, if you already know about that, then...
Alright. We're gonna show him our curse stone. We both want information, right? Let's have a nice friendly chat. A curse stone? You're a curse bearer. A leaf.
Is it the evergreen beech, then?
Yep. Want to show me yours?
This is mine, the ever-burning lantern.
Interesting. Hide curse details. I won't mince words. I'd like to confiscate your curse stone.
Excuse me? You may be a policeman, but you have no right to do that.
The police are aware of how dangerous the stones are. I could arrest you under Article 1, Section 2 of the Minor Offenses Act. Or you could hand it over, and all you lose is your secret ability. Think of what would happen to all your research if you were arrested.
I call your bluff. These stones could never be used as evidence. If you want it, you'll have to take it by force. I find it hard to imagine that an officer of the law would use a curse on a citizen. You can't touch me, which means I have no reason to continue this conversation. Sorry, I'll be taking my leave.
Hey, stop. So, I guess we show him our curse stone and we tell him the details.
This is so frustrating. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, skip. I'm gonna say curse stones. And we're gonna show our curse stone. Alright, reveal curse details. I'll tell you this for free. The evergreen beech comes from a man who was hanged for spreading false rumors, but the accusations against him were unfounded and he died cursing those who deceived him.
So that is the resentful memory held within the evergreen beech. The memories of the 7 mysteries are truly fascinating. If only I could collect them all.
Do whatever you want, but you should know something. This stone of mine lets me curse anyone who tries to mislead me.
What? But...
So don't try and lie to me, I'll know.
You would curse a citizen? And you call yourself an officer of the law?
That all depends on you. I don't want to use it if I don't have to.
What is it you want?
The curse stones are dangerous. I'd like to confiscate yours.
Excuse me, but my right.
First, let me ask you one thing. You haven't used that curse, have you?
No, of course. I swear.
I see. Good. Now, why don't you hand over that stone? Unless you'd rather try using it on me.
Damn you! I won't give it to you. If I were to say that, what would happen? Would it be a crime?
The police are where... okay, yep, we've said that.
Fine. You can have the stone. Here. Whew!
Okay. Okay. Alright. So, our ever-burning lantern curse power is to kill by disembowelment one who finds themselves trapped in the darkness of the curse echo. Damn. That's fucking a terrible way to die. Alright, the resentful memory. When Honjo was filled with samurai residences, the spies of the shogunate lived amongst the townspeople to keep an eye on things. The soba card on South Warigesui Street served as one of their outposts. They would communicate to each other in code by turning the lantern on or off. Tonight at 4 a.m. meant that someone would be having the last soba of their life, and that their belly would be sliced open the next night. An unfortunate incident occurred in which a man attacked a woman in a bout of fury. He regretted it deeply, even declining to invoke the right to defend his honor, but the deed was done. Still, he could not accept it. His rage at having been used by his daimyo boiled over, turning into a grudge he would never forget. Nearby, he saw a lantern quietly glowing in the night, and when the 6th bell rang, the man cut his own stomach open. Since then, the lantern could be seen alight before the soba cart had opened, and would flicker out suddenly even when there was no wind blowing. As this unsettling phenomena continued, the rumors surrounding it grew, and soon all were convinced that it was the man who cut open his stomach visiting from beyond. Okay. So I know we read some of this. Okay, so this is 1 year ago. However, the head of the house was struck with a sudden melancholy, and ever since their mansion has stood silent as the grave. Okay. Yep, and we got another... Oh, it's an ostracizer. Haha, haha, it's an ostrich, not a turkey, like I said. Alright, good choice. I look forward to seeing how your research pans out. Alright, would you tell us everything you know about what's been going on? If you help us out, we'll give you all the information we've got, and after we solve the case. What do you say?
In that case, will you tell me all about the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries? I believe they are the key to the secret hidden in the Record of Fates.
Sure, why not? I'll learn about them as I collect the curse stones. But thanks to you, we learned a lot from him. I wonder. The mysteries and right are all public information. He kept everything he knows about the other curse bearers and the source of the curse hidden here. I was hoping he'd at least give us a clue about how to beat these curses. Oh, I see. Then we should be more aggressive next time. Really make them spit it out. And by we, I mean you. I'm guessing he wants to save this curse. He wouldn't have told us anything, no matter what we asked. But now we know where he hangs out. We can always send someone for him if need be.
Right, got it. I was surprised to hear that there are actually 9 of the 7 mysteries, though.
Yeah, that's 2 extra curse bearers we have to find. We've confiscated 2, so there are 6 more. They could be anywhere in this town. We have to find them fast, or they may start using the curses. No, I think we're already too late. Huh? I didn't tell you this, but There were some soul dregs in the Namigaki's curse stone. Really? Then he had already killed someone with it? It's not much, so it probably wasn't a curse bearer. Shit. Well, we know who did it. We can make arrangements and take him to custody. We'll have Paranormal Affairs pick him up tomorrow. From now, we continue our research. Right! On to the next place. We just have to cross them off the list one by one. Oh, but boss? Good to know we can use the Minor Offenses Act to arrest people with curse stones. But why didn't we do that with Namigaki? If we could do that, there'd be no need for Paranormal Affairs. What grounds would a normal detective have to put him under arrest? Oh, right, yeah, I suppose that's true. Okay, so we can't continue. The cop story, so now we can escape from the high school finally. So this should play out a little different. Mio's late. I've been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. Huh? There's someone coming down the road. That's... Oh no, a teacher. It's Mr. Araishi. He looks on edge. I wonder what he's doing. Wait, he's the one who discovered the rite of resurrection. It wouldn't be strange for him to be involved with the curses. I wonder if he has a curse stone. What do I do? But it's way past the 10 minutes Mio said she'd be hereby. I managed to escape. I can't let that go to waste. I need to get out of here before anyone sees me. I want to rip my head off. I'm home. Thank goodness. I don't think the walk has ever felt so long. Nobody will be able to use their curse once it's light outside. I need to go look for Mio as soon as it's morning. But for now, I need some rest. Okay. A threatening phone call. Road. Well, with this, we'll have visited every place connected to the 7 mysteries. This is the last spot, huh? We've got nothing to show for it? Even though every last location looked suspect from top to bottom. Maybe we came at the wrong time. There might not have been any curse bearers around. Sounds like we'll need to do another round before morning comes then. Or maybe someone's been observing our movements. What? No way. It's just a thought. Either way, we should check out this last place. Let's hope we finally get a lead. Kinshibori Park. Oh god. Yep. There's our poor friend. Whoa, 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 what the hell is this? Is he dead? Damn it, we were too late. Was this a curse too? Hang on, I'm gonna call this in. I'll leave it to you. I'm gonna take a look around. Poor Shogo. Boss, bad news. What is it? Another mysterious death was reported in the area just now. The medical unit and forensics teams are on their way, but it'll be a while before they arrive. That is bad news. So they got someone else. You think this is the work of a curse bearer? With suspicious deaths popping up one after another, we have to assume it is. Shit. Guess we'll be stuck waiting around for a while. Poor Shogo. At least Yoko lived, because she was cuter. Huh? Boss, that phone is ringing. Suspicious corpse. Oh no, Shogo. The telephone booth is ringing? Do we have to? Okay. Check the surroundings earlier. No signs of a curse bearer. Curse echoes. The ringing phone is the only sound cutting through the quiet park. Boss, the phone. What about it? It's ringing. It sure is. Aren't you gonna go pick it up? Huh? Why would I? Why wouldn't you? It's super suspicious. Where's the phone booth? Oh my god. Where the fuck is... Oh my god, I passed it. I'm so dumb. Should we wait or should we answer it? I'm just gonna answer it. I feel like nothing... Well, we better go check it out. You're right, but be careful. It could be a curse. Hey, I said we. You expect me to go alone? You're the one who's tough against this stuff. Don't worry, boss. You can do it. Go on now. Damn it. Me for real though. Hello? Kinshibori Park phone booth. Evening, Detective Tsutsume. How are things looking out there? Oh, who is this? I finally got him. The real deal. Detective Tetsuo Tsutsume himself. Ah, wait, that's Chief Inspector Tsutsume now, isn't it? You've come a long way since we last met. I asked you to identify yourself. Man, have you forgotten already, after all the time we spent together? What a time that was. As I recall, I gave you quite the runaround. Wait, is this... Fumichika Nejima? What? Did you just say Fumichika Nejima? Like, the one from the Nejima murders? Ding ding ding, you got it. I had a feeling that the great Chief Tsutsume would remember me. I spent 20 long years in a cell thanks to you. That shit was not easy. You should be thanking me. I should have given you plenty time to think and atone for your sins. That it did. I've repented. My conscience is clean as a whistle. Bullshit. 20 years in prison doesn't even begin to make up for the shit you did. I don't know about that. After all, the justice system was gracious enough to grant me parole. What? If this is the real Fumichika Nejimi, he must still have a grudge against me for arresting him. So is this payback? Damn it! What is your goal? Now, you gotta understand. I've repented, seen the light. I've been a good boy since I was granted parole. I even got myself a job. I've been real serious about walking the right path. Well, that's very nice. Keep it up. But it was no good. When the opportunity arose, it was impossible to hold myself back. I knew I had to give you a little token of thanks, or I'd never truly be able to have a fresh start. Do you get what I'm saying? No thanks. I don't need anything. No need to do all that for me. Just trying to live a quiet life. Oh, it's no hassle. No hassle at all. It would be all too easy to just kill you, to tear you apart. But that wouldn't be very satisfying. Certainly not after 20 fucking years of waiting. That's a long time to nurture a grudge. You fucking bet it is. I let it gnaw at me, grow inside of me. I thought of nothing else. All that time, I played model prisoner, endured the harassment those asshole guards threw at me. And I did it all for you, Tsutsume. So please, just accept my deepest and most sincere feelings. Sorry, but I'm afraid I don't feel the same way about you. Shut the fuck up! That attitude of yours is why I'm saving you for last. What are you planning? Whatever it is, bring it on. I'm not running away. I just told you. I'm not coming for you yet. Pay attention when people talk, shithead. You see, this time I want to see you on your knees, weeping in despair, begging me for mercy. Wow, oh no, I'm so sorry. Dear Nejima, please forgive me. I won't do it again. Shut the fuck up. This is exactly why I've always hated you so fucking much. It was worth a shot. Did you really think that would sate me, asshole? You must be crazy. Well, then we're both crazy. We got so much in common. We should be friends. Oh, I love him. He's so good. Enjoy cracking your jokes while you still can. I'm gonna kill everyone you care about, one by one, till there's no one left. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm a lone wolf. I don't have anyone like that in my life. Boss, what about me? Or wait, are you just trying to protect me? There's not a single person you care about? I wonder what your sweet daughter would think if she were to hear that. Oh. Don't you fucking dare, I'm warning you. Ooh, very nice. This is more like it. She's living all on her own now, isn't she? Attending university and all. Such a good girl. Oh my. Don't tell me that she just happens to live in Honjo. What? She does? No, forget it. This isn't funny, asshole. I'm gonna find you and make you pay. I love it. Keep going. I want to hear you lose your mind. It's music to my ears. Fuck you. I look forward to chopping up your precious daughter. It'll be just like old times. I won't let that happen. Okay, so that one's done. How do you know where I am? Oh, that's my favorite part. The sound of confusion in your voice. It's to die for. This is delicious. I can't get enough. I'm not telling you shit. Have fun racking your tiny little brain for it. Wahahaha. I guess I could give you a little hint. Go on. Well, you see, I have the one-sided read. Tsutsumi, you have the Evergreen Beach, no? Nejima, you're a curse bearer? You're using the power of the curse? Indeed, and what a peculiar curse it is. That's where my hints end. God damn it. The curse echo couldn't have fallen into worse hands. One more thing we should discuss. In fact, it's the most important thing. I thought you were finally gonna shut up. I'm already sick of you, so I'll pass. Oh, but you don't want to miss this. It's the main course. I could just go after your daughter, but something tells me you'd get bored. No, I'm good. You got me real fired up. You're in my head. Well done. This is a gift tailor-made for you. I'm gonna kill all the people you swore to protect. Every last person living here. You couldn't. Oh, but with this curse of mine, I can. I'll give you until dusk. By then, I could probably get a couple hundred people or so. And it'll be all your fault. Oh, it must be so hard to know they'll all die because of you. So tragic. It must be tearing you apart. Don't fuck with me. There's no way an amateur like you could pull off a curse that strong. Unfortunately for you, I absolutely can. My curse stone is a particularly strong one. Which means I can have my fun without needing to hold back one bit. It's almost like the Feast of Shadows was cast just for me. You're surprisingly well informed about this. Who was it that tipped you off? Who knows? And how about I kill myself first and ruin all your fun? What about that, asshole? Idiot. You'd think I'd call it off just because you were dead? There's no running away for you. Ugh. I'll find you. I won't let you get away with this, Nejima. You've got 12 hours. Do you really think your parchy little organization will be able to make a dent in my plans? Oh, the sacrifices made will be heavy. Can't wait to see you sobbing with regret. And I'll even have enough soul dregs to pull off the rite of resurrection. How splendid. Wait, Nejima, you're after the... Anyway, see you around. Bye-bye now. Damn. Boss! Oh, hi, Freya. Coming sauntering in here. Ario, did you catch all that? Nejima, what's he planning? Who knows? For now, we need to find him and get him into custody. Send word to HQ. But the fact that the 7 mysteries are wrapped up in this is gonna make things tricky. You mean with Nejima being a curse bearer? Just our luck, really. It couldn't have been a worse guy. Sounds like his curse will be able to kill a lot of people at once. I'd like to avoid getting our investigators caught in the crossfire. We'll use them to find out where he is, but then we're going in alone. We should try to collect as many curse stones as we can before then. Let's hurry. Aye aye, boss! 12 hours later. Later, it was reported that a total of 3 suspicious deaths were discovered that night. Nejima's threats, along with the curses, were kept a secret from the general public. However, the Honjo serial killing still made international headlines following the death of police officer Hajime Yoshimi. At Tsutsumy's request, a large-scale investigation was launched into Fumichika Nejimi's whereabouts. Tsutsumi and Ario themselves spent the rest of the night looking for curse bearers in the area, but their search ended in vain. And with that, the curtain closed on that cursed night. 12 hours to sunset. Alright. Well, it looks like Mio's still alive. So that's pretty interesting. But we can't continue with Harue's story yet. Alright. Alright. Let's go! 8 a.m. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Oh, good morning, Yakko. Huh? Yakko, rise and shine. You're up. Huh? It's morning? Hi. Are you okay? Can you remember your name? Duh. I'm Yakko. Yes, I'm Yakko Sakashi. Good. Seems like you're fully awake. Oh, Mio. Thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in the situation, it's best you can, but in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who exactly are you, Miyu? Oh, well, the truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff? Like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Huh, that sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. Wow, that's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? Well, I do my help to maintain public order, but all part of my training. It's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, you've got it rough then, but still, that's really amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyway, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your crowstone? Now that it's daytime, its power is diminished. I should be able to hold on to it. Wanna give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yakko. Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michio back, I mean? I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. That's what I believe and what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yakko. I promise, I won't use the curse no matter what, but maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you, even if it puts a stop to the curse. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right, thank you, Miho. Okay then, let's go. Oh, candy shop Sennoya. An old-fashioned candy shop located on a street corner in Honjo. It has been in Yakko Sakazaki's family for 3 generations. On the weekends, you could spot Yakko watching over the store, cooking monjiaki and playing traditional tops and card games with the local children. Though traditional candy shops are known for selling cheap treats for kids, it is not uncommon to see these largely private-owned businesses becoming something more like general stores, selling food, drinks, utensils, and other daily necessities. Many families operate candy shops on the dirt ground floor of their home, known as a doma, with a space in the back where customers can eat monjayaki, as well as arcade games and capsule toy machines in the front. Such facilities make them attractive places for children to gather and play. However, the harsh reality is that traditional candy shops, which thrived during the period of high economic growth, when many confectionery manufacturers entered the market, are experiencing a steady decline due to the rise of convenience stores and changes in children's interests and tastes. Well, it sounds pretty epic, so I would love to be there. Huh? I thought it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Jonoichi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either, since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Jonoichi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises, like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. You're saying someone used their curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary. Eesh, so the curses really do kill people. And someone used it. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse bearer heard you? Eek! Sorry. Okay, so... Oh, okay, this top part is what was, updated. Kohei is an English teacher and the homeroom teacher for Class 2C at Komagata High School. He was seen alone with Hitomi Okuda in a classroom late last night by Yakko and Mio. His deceased body was discovered on the school grounds at dawn. Hi, Taco! I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right. That's unusual. Oh, but she was at school last night too. She must know something about Mr. Jonoichi. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me. I don't know what voice to give her. Huh? So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at the school last night? No sense in hiding it then. Plus I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. I'm okay, Taco. How are you? She owes you. Oh, yeah, right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh, so that's what it was. I want to know more about this exorcism. Hitomi, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw in spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations. Even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It's possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call, though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense or a deep connection with the person, but even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Hence why there are lots of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Damn. How would you find out? Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host, the deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, he told me. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. The same goes for me, and maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yakko. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I may pass. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was just a weirdo when she showed up, all of a sudden saying she was gonna exercise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Huh, I guess that makes sense. Did you hear about Mr. Jonoichi? Heard about it? I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you... It was almost dawn, probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden, ran out onto the ground like something was chasing him, and screamed. Ah! Somebody help me! Forgive me, Michio! Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else out on the grounds? It was too dark to see where I was, from where I was, but for just a second, I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life, like, I was wrong, and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden, his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him. He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I better get out of there. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Jonoichi and killed him. Hell if I know anything about that. I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. You're right, Hitomi. Stan Hitomi. Not like they'd believe such an insane story anyway. Right. There must be at least one person in the police worth trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, did he? I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, this was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. Damn. Ooh, I hope that fence isn't giving you too much of a trouble. I've never fixed a fence, but it doesn't sound like it's much fun. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Hey Mio, I've been thinking something. The way she described it reminded me of something. The way that Mr. Jonoichi died. It sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curses of the Seven Mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. Alright, the classroom last night. Hey, tell me, last night before you witnessed Mr. Jonoichi collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right, with everything that happened with Mr. Jonoichi. They'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Jonoichi called me over here, acting like he was gonna attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? Oh, you don't trust Hitomi? I don't know, I mean... Alright. What did you mean by Mr. Jonoichi acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? I don't know if we can trust Hitomi either, but she's definitely a lot more trustworthy than Jonoichi and the other teacher and that groundskeeper guy. He gives me the heebie-jeebies. You know Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. And he was using it to blackmail her. Call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple of model students like you would ever get involved in. No way. That's how... What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I have not known about this? Yakko, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were her friend. Jonoichi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. No, how terrible. Hitomi, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him, asking him what he was doing. Walked in on it. I couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured that I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. But she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Of course, Jonoichi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that was as much as I was involved. Then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. He told me if you knew about it, then why didn't you? You trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yakko, there's no point in blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? Yeah, I guess that's fair, Taco. My streams are up on my YouTube. Alright, did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? The dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know? There must be some reason. Dunno. Got nothing to do with me. So, last night, how did it start? Alright. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was a part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real tough guy, but good at looking out for folks, so he was the only one I could talk to. Huh, so there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age and that she was on my side. It must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to that park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day, he called me over there, like usual. That something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor, too. That was pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. Then he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Huh? Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had, like, a special talisman or something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. He knew I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't tell even the police about? I know that things at home were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jonichi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio? What is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So, since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside it, there was just a weird, kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it? But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass, I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that... Yeah, he even said to me, If anything happens to me, take those 2 talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was gonna happen to him. Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Hitomi? Yeah? The talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. So last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah. I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now, come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he used it for secret meetings before. Yuck, I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night, but nothing he said made any sense. Like, that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right about when you 2 showed up. I was able to get away while Jonoichi was freaking out. Oh my gosh, good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you 2 were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Jonoichi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman. I was dumb to fall for that creep Jonoichi's trap so easy. Could have gone a lot worse, but I lucked out. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Jonoichi. Did she have a reason to hate him after all? No way. You mean that was really her ghost? Like, for real? Those who died bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them and act on those lingering regrets. Huh. I wonder if that's what happened. Alright then, supposing what the spirit board said is true, and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. And that's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure. Thank you, Hitomi. Oh, and if you 2 find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where we can normally find you? Right. I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk with you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up! You were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. Don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful. Alright then. We got a lot of new information. sounds like Mr. Jonoichi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes, the curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Jonoichi seemed to be different. The people in the school at the time, other than us, were Mr. Jonoichi, Hitomi, and old man Ashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person Hitomi saw. A girl in a school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's one. Mr. Jonoichi is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I say there are multiple. Oh right, the person who killed Mr. Jonoichi would have to be the one too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or old man Ashimiya. Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jonoichi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses, given that he's the one doing research on the rite of resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of old man Ashimiya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers would be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find who is responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off. How they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh. That makes sense. In which case, next we should do what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But the school's closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go then? Oh, there's so many choices. I mean, we did see him in the park last night as Tetsuo. Let's try the gardens. And so, Mio Kurosuzu and Yakko Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Okay. So that's the end of that. We've got to sort some stuff out. Alright. Tetsuo. Tsutsumi. Kinshibori Park. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks. The floor is yours. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one. The young man we found here. He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned? In the middle of a park? That's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of those 7 mysteries too? Yeah, the Whispering Canal. That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Ariel. You're starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamezawa. The victim had been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well, yes. The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning the foot washing mansion. Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the Seven Mysteries. Then, is this Namigaki's doing? Shit! I knew he'd use it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Hi, Panda! Yes, a foot killed a woman. A giant foot. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the third victim, he was identified as Koei Jonoichi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High School. He was found in the school's courtyard. Yeah. So the curse is... The curse is... There's one called... there's one called... The Foot Washing Mansion. So there's like this giant foot. I'm kind of in the way. I don't know if that helps. There's just giant foot here that crushes people to death. It's so much fun. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or main building. A teacher dying at school. Not just any school. Komagata houses one of the Seven Mysteries. It's... Oh my god. Oh my god. Which one is it? I don't remember. Oh my god, I gotta look. Because I want to get it right. It's not this one. No. Is it this one? Yeah, it's the Fool's Procession. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't entirely sure. Right, it's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all three victims can be tied to the Seven Mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right. And Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the Seven Mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the Seven Mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner, one who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. But we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stones, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news. So basically, we're safe during the daytime. Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk. He must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye aye, boss. Let's do this. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers you included. Itaro Namigaki, the foot-washing mansion, and Hideki Araishi, the ever-burning lantern. We've got both their curse stones. Then there's Nejima, who claims he has the one-sided read. Yep, that about sums it up. Oh, cool. We got like a note here. Okay. We'd better figure out who the remaining 5 are, quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye aye, boss. Sounds like we got our work cut out for us. I asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraishi. Yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide. Looking into the height of the building, the force of the impacts, her wounds, and all that, he must have suspected some kind of foul play because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Huh, what was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of a vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it. Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. So there's a chance that it wasn't a suicide. But what a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly, so I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to Forensic and the Traffic Bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else, too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch during over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by, too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima, but so far we haven't received any word. I'm guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives? It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at, and they told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he'd lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that's just sloppy. I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. So Nejima gotta fuck around unsupervised. God damn it.
That asshole's annoyingly good at faking remorse. Or insanity. Whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth.
He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That explained why he so brazenly made contact.
That asshole. He's mocking us.
Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed.
That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk.
Whew. Speaking of Nejima...
Yeah?
Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her in protective custody as soon as possible.
Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to her house either.
That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her?
Shut up. I don't have her contact info, alright?
Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh?
Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree.
I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Nejima do it?
Former, eh? That cuts deep.
Yikes, sorry. Just kind of slipped out.
Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse echo.
Back on topic already, huh?
He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time, and may even allow him to act from a distance.
I see.
The one-sided reed. What was that story about again?
Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up.
Ah, right. One of the more gruesome of the mysteries.
As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community Safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand.
Not even an address?
Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there.
Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. But she could be a key witness. Can't we have Community Safety track her down for us?
We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today.
Because that teacher died.
That's right.
Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then.
I got some information about Yoshimi's fiancé from Community Safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But...
oh boy, here it comes. But what?
Community Safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence.
There it is. Can't things just be easy for once?
Oh, she is really cute!
It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps?
It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or spouse, but Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years.
You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors.
I guess so.
But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario, too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger.
You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda or to Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more about her. Oh gosh. There's a lot we need to do, but not a lot we can do.
This ain't looking good. We're gonna run out of time if we don't do something. Gotta keep moving. Okay. Okay. So we can either continue with the police or go to Harue. You want me to go to the high school, Taco? I like this jazzy music. Here we are, Komagata High School. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. I'd go home, but that's just me, I guess. This place isn't only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshimi's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the Fool's Procession, and of course where that teacher was killed. Seems a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? Alright, speaking of schools... What is it? You said Paranormal Affairs can't help us right now. So why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of people involved in this case lead back to this school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us. For a guy who questioned me on the legality of working with them, you sure seem eager to exploit underage labor. Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine. When'd you become such a smooth talker? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout the area. Okay. The school gate will stay locked while forensics inspects the scene of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to the person in charge later. Yoshimi also looked out for these students as a Sumida City officer. Juvenile delinquency has been a growing problem for years now. This school is no exception. Komagata High's gymnasium also serves as a polling place and evacuation center. A lot of the buildings around here are still made of wood, but this place looks safe and sturdy. The news of the dead teacher has also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kind of tense with this many cops around. 9 a.m., a perfectly reasonable time for students to be at school, and yet, I doubt that this will be that simple. Is there something on my shirt? Don't tell me I stink. Alright, I think this is a bust. We've checked out everything we can here, and we can't do anything. At least it's still 9 a.m., you know? It seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone. These houses are really crammed together in these narrow alleyways. Strangers like us walking through definitely stand out. It really feels like old Tokyo. Alright, I'll go check out the house. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. I think it's really interesting. So, but I'm glad you had some fun with it. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going, but it seems like everybody's decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents. Alright. Oh. Oh, you're back. No luck, boss. No one home? Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced in the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. And I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed into the mailbox. Yeah, so probably no one home. Oh, okay. So it says to suspend. Okay. We cannot progress any further. Alright, life can be tough. Alright, so throughout the night, Richter continues to gather information about the curse stones, while Haruhi lays awake until dawn, preoccupied by the prospect of bringing her lost child back to life. Man, right as I take a bite. Good morning, ma'am. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today.
How's your curse stone looking?
I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise.
Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night, then.
That aside, why are you so late this morning?
There are, unfortunately, some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done with that in what limited time I had.
Very well, let's talk.
The town is beginning to wake up once more. The clamor of society can be heard from beyond the garden gates. Like any day, a cloud of pollution drifts out from the industrial area. Alright. No one's in the mansion at the moment. The door has been locked shut. The housekeeper has already left after cleaning and preparing food. The old mansion where I was born and raised. Alright. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
And what's that?
Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with a curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes.
Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible?
So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect.
Compensation.
Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigemas, would it?
Of course, why any amount would be fine if it'd get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way it did back with the ransom.
Okay, with that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy.
Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind?
Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning?
No, I haven't.
Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in the area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets.
Oh my. Only 3?
That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch.
What's holding them back? After all, we're not after the power... Are we not after the power of resurrection?
There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dregs yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action.
And then we offer them the deal.
Alright. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if the situation could be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended.
Now that's an interesting theory. You think there's someone behind this all?
You mentioned hearing an antagonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the rite of resurrection as well.
So you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers?
You've got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite, this would be very risky, since as a curse bearer, they themselves would become a target.
So it'd actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively.
That's right, but despite that, they've been inflicting the curse bearers to commit murders, or inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves?
You mean their intention was to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start?
Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action, which is why I figured it'd be best for us to attempt the same strategy.
So how should we do it?
There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with all the other curse bearers.
How do you suppose we do so?
At this point, all we can do is search.
If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be sure there even is a rite of resurrection?
Good question. The rite could be nothing but myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught, do you want to give up, ma'am?
Never.
Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them, but I only managed to get detailed information on 2.
You're quick. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire.
I appreciate the flattery. First, there's Ayame Tono, the girl we talked to before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment. In an apartment near Midoricho Park.
Have you even determined her address? You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire.
I called every single university with ukiyo-e in the curriculum pretending to be her parent. I went around to check on her place on the way here. It doesn't seem she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble.
Didn't you attempt to follow her last night?
I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her.
And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire.
I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She's planning to steal the curse stones, just like us. It's best we act carefully around her. Next is the tall man who is dressed in all black. I met him near Kinshicho. He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him.
Impressive.
What can I say? He works as the secretary to Yakko Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. The Yakko Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct?
Yes, they've been here for a while, but only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth.
I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seemed to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assumed she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of factories with older equipment had to be shut down.
That's right. Even 10 years ago, there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river.
Most companies back then were more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't sorted for the day. I should have better luck later.
Let's hope you will. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the right would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare.
Now that's an interesting thought. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night.
This one seemed to be out collecting soul dregs, right?
Indeed, I couldn't get a good look at him, though, and I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him.
Well, that's a shame.
But I can make an educated guess.
Oh?
You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the Rite of Resurrection? The one that lives near here? His name is Hideki Araishi, and the man I met was very similar in stature.
Oh my, even he is involved? How awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair?
I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first.
Understandable.
Of course, I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First, I'll return to Hihaku Soaps to see if that man in black, or to see that man in black. Their headquarters are down on South Warigesui Street. Alright. I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Komagata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohei Jonoichi.
Do you think he was a curse bearer?
Not sure. It's possible. But regardless, this means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead.
Just when we were getting somewhere.
It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shiraishi's residence. It'd be wise to pay a visit.
Understood.
In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shiraishi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors.
But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no?
It's true, both occurred a week before this accursed situation begun. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings.
How?
What if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries' curses? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to these curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily.
You seem to know a lot about this.
I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one, too.
I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind.
You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. We might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start.
Right, let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself.
In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. Okay. Where should I go to begin my search? Which places have stood out to me the most so far? I don't know. The high school, the park, or South Warigesui Street. let's go to the park. We're here. This is Midori. Can I please stop? Midoricho Park. Ayami Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go check out Ayame's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I'd prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace on her movements. Then be my guest. Okay, I shouldn't be long. I'm back, ma'am. So, nothing? I'm afraid still. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping a watch in the area. I don't know if they've got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. They've got a sharp eye to have noticed them, despite them being so covert. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. You were planning to go that far? Alright. What a waste of time. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Alright. Let's go to Warigisu Street. The Hihaku Soap's headquarters are on the other side of South Warigisui Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears things are up and running now. To think a small soap-making company could grow so much in such a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why director and now chairwoman Natsue Yamamori is called the Queen. Alright, Hihaku Soaps. A chemical producer that ranks 4th largest in the domestic detergent market and 7th largest in the cosmetics market. From its humble beginnings as a small soap factory established after the war in 1946, founder Natsue Yamamori utilized her feminine perspective and a well-timed economic boon to boldly lead the company into new markets. Even as the market grew crowded with the industrialization of Sumida City, the company continued to expand, digging its root deep into the area. In particular, it established itself as a household name by focusing its brand toward the rapidly expanding convenience store market. Its flagship products now include cosmetics, detergent, soap, shampoo, and more. The company's name, Hihaku, can also refer to a kasuri, a type of pattern fabric. Okay. Juvenile delinquency. The midpoint of the Showa era saw a marked increase in delinquency among young people. A wave of violent incidents targeting teachers as well as students and often involving weapons consumed the nation's middle and high schools. Bosozoku motorcycle gangs also enjoyed their heyday around this time. Japanese arrest rates reached a historical peak during this period, and pompadour Yankees and female sukeban delinquents became a common sight on the streets. This youth rebellion is often framed as a reaction to universal education policy, the pressure of highly competitive entrance exams, but its causes are likely manifold, extending far beyond the deficiency of the education system. Whew! Oh, wait, hold on. Person of interest updated. Who was it? Ah, yes, Natsue Yamamori. Alright. She's the former president of Hihaku Soaps, a large chemical company. Though she's retired from her position, she still wields great influence over the company from her position of chairwoman. Recently, there have been rumors about her possessing strange and powerful magical abilities, earning her the nickname the Witch of Hihaku. Prior to the war, Natsue enjoyed working her dream job at a textile factory. She was forced to face the bitter reality of the world, however, when the factory was destroyed by a fire during the war. She was ordered to reworked the fabric she had painstakingly crafted into something more suitable for blue-collar work. Witnessing the rise in popularity of Western-style clothing in post-war period, Natsue left the textile industry. However, a nod to her past can be seen in her company name, with hihaku being another name for kasuri, a type of fabric, featuring patterns and images woven with dyed fibers. Having long been dissatisfied with the soap supplied at the textile factory, Natsue saw a business opportunity and set up her own small soap factory. Taking inspiration from imported soap brands, she developed new products which quickly gained a good reputation. Ever the shrewd businesswoman, Natsue ran an aggressive promotional campaign on TV featuring a popular Japanese singer, rapidly turning hihaku soaps into a household name. Good for her.
You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary?
That's correct.
Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders?
That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'll be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around, visit a cafe for some tea, perhaps? Okay. Back in the Edo period, the canal known as South Warigesui ran through this area, but it's been turned into a major road. It's a bit away from Kinshicho Station or Ryogoku Station, though it's still considered a nice area. The stories of the ever-burning lantern and the foot-washing mansion both took place around here. One of the bodies discovered this morning was found by this road as well.
This is quite the lively area, huh?
I suppose you could call it somewhat of a city center. Alright. Warigesui refers to a waterway dug down the middle of a road so as to divide it. At the dawn of the Edo period, the Honjo district was a little more than a collection of suburban rice farms. As the area became more developed, the South Warigesui was excavated in order to drain rainwater into the Yokojiken River to the east. Though it served the people long and faithfully, it was converted into an underground culvert at the beginning of the Showa era. In the present, no trace of it remains on the surface, but the street that bears its name. I'm gonna go in. I may be a while, so feel free to find somewhere to kill time.
Okay, good luck in there.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
How'd it go?
I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we have a curse stone of our own.
Excuse me?
I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night, however. You said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask you. I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What do you want about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did to think you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer, no? You're right. We lack time. I'll confess, I am a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the haunting clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. It is a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Mrs. Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers, akin to those of a god. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it's now the site of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hihaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Suigen Gamyodo, who's gallantly working behind the scenes, exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? These are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers into unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. We have 6. 6! Whoa! I can rest easy then. And here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we are on the same page. If that is the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really now? Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to, but I promise I'll return with it later. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume? How prudent of you. I'll oblige. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the right after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may well have made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about having procured 6 curse stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company is plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the curse stones. He seemed rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not have collected any soul dregs. Perhaps the people at Hihaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went, or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up about the occult more than ever, for it spreads that Hihaku's chairwoman has godlike powers. She could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. That's unsettling. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. And what's that? People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hihaku employee. Really? So long as the officials haven't revealed their identity, it all amounts to no more than speculation, though. Despite that, I have reason to believe Hihaku Soaps is deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. How interesting that the Queen of Hihaku, or the witch, whatever she is trying to get her hands on the rite of resurrection. It's like some kind of dark fairy tale. Regardless of what is or isn't true, we must stay one step ahead. Alright, let's head over to that high school. Here we are at Ground Zero, Komagata High School. I guess it's logical that the police got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school's closed. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. With that outfit? It seems the officers are still inspected the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. Sure. Why not? Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. Goodness gracious. I'm back, ma'am.
So what did you learn?
That school kids sure love a good rumor. That they do. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Jonoichi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best.
Not surprising.
Most of what I've heard was hardly worth a second thought, but there was one story that caught my attention.
Oh?
Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Jonoichi.
Really?
The story's got two pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently, he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumblings and told the students.
And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that you see don't stay a secret for long.
As for the other piece of evidence, a pig-tailed girl in her school uniform was seen around school late last night.
Go on.
Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames.
But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping.
If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand.
That's an amazing find.
I believe all the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain, which should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands.
Well, so far it hasn't, no.
Sure, let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michio Shiraishi's house. I can imagine the students are uneasy after learning of the murder. It may do them well to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health.
I can see that.
It's important that society provides a safe environment for the benefit of our youth. Some school policies could use some rewriting, especially those handling the students' personal information.
That's right. I don't want a student being kidnapped on their way back home ever again.
I expect criminals to grow more cunning as time passes. There may be times where the authorities can't keep up. That's where outlaws such as myself come in.
What's this about?
Actually, just forget I said anything. Alright, y'all. I think that's it for me. My voice is starting to get cracky. And my throat hurts a little bit from talking all so much. So, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save in slot 2. Alright. And I will see you guys later. I should be streaming on Thursday. But we'll see. So anyway, have a good night, everybody. Bye.